XG Cocona's big announcement. But what on earth is going on with aespa's Winter and BTS's Jungkook, ILLIT's Encore stage, and so much more in today's episode of Totally Legit K-pop News with me, Angelina. So if you're interested, please keep on watching. And if you're watching, please make sure it's really me. K-pop News UK. I know my British accent is super accurate, but that's not me. So please make sure you're watching on only official channels. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. XG's Cocona has come out as trans-masculine non-binary. Hi, this is Cocona. Today I turned 20. As I reach this new chapter in my life, I want to share something that's been in my heart for a long time. I am AFAB, trans-masculine non-binary. Earlier this year, I had top surgery. I was born and perceived as female, but that label never represented who I truly am. I live in a way that feels more masculine and true to who I am. The hardest thing I've ever faced was accepting and embracing myself. But as I slowly began to do that, I was able to open a new door. That moment changed the way I see and understand the world, and it gave me the courage and strength to grow. Now I can finally say, there's nothing wrong with who I am inside. I was only able to come this far because of the people who listened and stood by me. My members, Simon-san, and my parents. I'm truly grateful for this path and for every miracle that brought us together. This message turned out to be a bit long, but I just want to say thank you for walking beside me and supporting me all this way. I'm so excited for the future we'll continue to create together with XG and XGALX. May these words gently light a spark in someone's heart, and to everyone who needs it, may my love reach all of them with love always. And then of course, these are the pictures that they shared as well. With this announcement, a lot of people have been discussing it. Cocona coming out is genuinely among some of the best moments to come out of XG this year. Though most people were suspecting it, seeing them fully come out and embrace it genuinely brought tears to so many alphas, I'm sure, and will only inspire others to embrace who they are as well. I don't follow XG super closely yet, but Cocona just came out as trans-masc non-binary, and I'm so incredibly happy for them that they were able to figure that out and get top surgery. I genuinely started sobbing. This is so big. Cocona's courage is beautiful, incredible, and inspiring. Let's support them in everything. 20 years old today and sharing this with us in such a heavy industry. We love you, Cocona. XG's CEO also left a message for Cocona saying, quote, I will continue to sincerely support each of our members, not only as artists, but also as individuals, so that they can genuinely be respected for who they are and live lives they truly love. So of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What is going on with ILLIT? ILLIT recently had their first win on Music Bank for Not Cute Anymore, and so of course they did an encore stage. Now oftentimes encore stages are just for groups to have fun and perform their song again. However, sometimes in the K-pop industry, a bad encore stage can absolutely go viral. But is this bad at all? Now, of course, a lot of fans are praising them, saying that they sound like the studio version, that they're so stable. ILLIT official first encore for Not Cute Anymore, they sound exactly the same as the studio version. ILLIT's improvement is insane. They're easily one of the best 5th gen groups in terms of vocals, wow. However, some people didn't think the encore sounded good. Y'all blaming the girls, but it's Hybe's fault for debuting them without proper training, knowing it will bring hate. They just DJ AF if their idols are criticized for their real vocals, and if it affects their mental state, they just want them to market their music and gain some money. But of course, let me know, what do you think of this encore stage? aespa's Winter and BTS's Jungkook cannot catch a break. What I mean by that is that ever since there was this rumor that they had couple tattoos, people have been digging into every single thing that they have ever done to add on to the proof that people were already saying was proof beforehand. So let's take a look at all of it. So recently there was a post made where people were pointing out that Jungkook had a tattoo on his arm. Now, a lot of fans are saying this tattoo is fake, but they're saying that Winter does have this tattoo. And so because of this post, people were saying this is undeniable proof that they're dating if they have the same tattoo, if they have a couple tattoo. It's not clear in the Jungkook photo shared in the original post, but his looks like a puppy covering its eyes with its ears. Winter's puppy tattoo doesn't look like that at all. It's not a typical design to call it a coincidence, and even if it's matching and they're dating, I don't think Dispatch will go after a Hybe scandal, so I think it's going to end up being nothing. I'm not really a fan of idols, so reading the post, I was like, what the heck? This is cute. But then I looked at who we're talking about and gasped out loud, LOL. Both are so popular and too big of a deal, so I don't think it's real. I honestly don't know though. They're super popular. They wouldn't make it this obvious. And members from that same group have already dated publicly, right? So even if they were a celebrity couple with matching tattoos, it wouldn't be that surprising. If it's members from those two groups, I feel like it could be possible. They look pretty similar though. Well, there's a lot of evidence anyways. So again, a lot of people are saying that it's fake, but we can see something on his arm, it seems. Now, in light of this, a lot of people are saying that this design is actually quite popular in Korea, so it might not be too much of a coincidence. It seems that a tattoo artist had shared, are these kind of puppy tattoos popular these days? Seriously, heard aespa Winter got one too. Nonetheless, I think this is a catalyst for people to dig and try to find more evidence. And this isn't the first time people have been finding evidence, but people finding more evidence, because we've talked about this plenty of times before. People have been accusing them of dating for a while now. So here's an example. It seems that during a live stream, Karina mentions her grandmother's name and it sounds similar to Jungkook, so Winter repeats it. This is kinda, yeah. This was on live broadcast. They did that while fans were watching. Even if they weren't dating, he's her senior and way older. That's just crazy behavior. Honestly, it's legendary fan gaslighting. I think this is the moment everything started getting dug up, lol. I thought this was edited because it was so random, lol. Oh my gosh. No one calls a senior by their name like that, lol. Karina didn't even show signs of dating, but she got secretly filmed and had her private life exposed. Got cursed out like crazy, had to write a handwritten apology letter, and now she's basically cleaning up someone else's dating mess. It's honestly funny in a sad way, lol. But here they showed it a lot. The tattoo is the biggest thing, and it's such an obvious spot. If they didn't show it and met quietly, nobody would have known. Another example, it seems that he was spotted at aespa's concert. The in-ear thing was something that people brought up a long time ago, but people accuse him of changing his in-ear monitor to be similar to hers. But then this one's really interesting because Winter's being accused of wearing his clothing to a fan sign event, down to the slides that she's wearing. As we can see, they're way too big for her. I mean, the shorts are as well. And then people have pictures of Jungkook wearing the shorts and the shoes. But this picture is so funny. What in the world? Why? The shoes. People even pointed out that the day of Jungkook's military discharge, Winter sang Descendants of the Sun. I don't super know what that would mean, but now some people actually think that all of this is a cover-up because it seems that a court ordered a seizure of Peng Xiek's assets worth over $100 million. So people were kind of like, oh, but why is nobody posting about this? Isn't it interesting that just about 20 minutes before the news broke on X about Bang's stock account being frozen by a court, a random Korean account with a post history consisting of only posts from today suddenly revived dating rumors about JK, and that post somehow got 8 million views in under 3 hours? Amazing how rumors on Jungkook always come out with mysterious accounts getting crazy engagement in a few hours every time something serious happens to Bang PD. Hype media play works overnight to hide his downfall, always trying to use his most famous idol as a scapegoat. So from there, it was reported that Big Hit Music and SM Entertainment declined to comment. So people started reacting to that as well. Is no comment basically acknowledgement? Only the fans are left going crazy. They should say no if it's not true, so it looks like it is. It's so funny how they're dodging acknowledgement when they're making it so obvious. They already made it so obvious anyways. So it seems that the lack of comment alone has convinced a lot of people to think that it's true. But of course, with all that said, let me know your thoughts about everything in the comments. Min Hee-jin has been in the headlines recently for what she has said about NewJeans. So Min Hee-jin appeared on a show and she claimed she did nothing wrong. Quote, even though I've done nothing wrong, articles are being written to the point that if I went to the bathroom 10 times, an article would be written about it. It seems that the reporter responded, there aren't articles like that. It's not extreme. And she says, no, it's because you didn't see them. Even if I don't see them, I always receive things that were monitored, and these are the types of articles I received. So then the interviewer said, it seemed like several people were uncomfortable with the members speaking at the press conference and the National Assembly. I don't know if they held them voluntarily or because someone told them to, but it seems like a really poor choice, don't you think so? And she responds, for me, the expression of whether it was good or bad, there's a saying in the Bible that says, he who has never sinned shall throw a stone. I believe that the act of disagreeing with others' decision is a major problem in today's society. Sometimes they say they need protection because they're young, and other times they disregard their opinions, belittling and mocking them, and failing to provide security. I have a strong sense of critical awareness of the problems of modern society, which is obsessed with dining out in the food industry. I don't think anyone can stop that. I believe the practice of judging and evaluating someone's actions based on others' ignorance of their true circumstances should disappear. Live a good life, do well on your own. Not everyone is wise or righteous, and they do not always make good choices. Even wise choices can fail. Bad decisions can also succeed. We need to develop a fundamental moral and ethical awareness, considering whether it's right to judge actions based on judgments amid the ups and downs of life. But then it seems she was asked if she felt sorry for NewJeans, and she responded, "Hybe should feel sorry to NewJeans." So she received a lot of criticism for that as well. But of course, let me know your thoughts about that. Jungkook, ex-member of the boys, has spoken out about his ex-company. Now, if you remember, he was kicked out of his group for allegations, all of which he has been denying, and he has been speaking out against his company for kicking him out for something he says he didn't do. This was big news back in June, with the company saying, "As a result of our investigation, we have recognized the severity of the issue and have taken it seriously. We have realized that it has become difficult to maintain our trust in him as an artist. Due to this, after sufficient discussions with the members of the boys, we have decided that Jungkook will be withdrawing from the group and that his exclusive contract will be terminated." And then he went on to say, "If there's any proof, show me the proof. The agency is making it seem like there's a valid reason for the termination of my contract, even though there is nothing in the contract that would justify it. And some media outlets are defaming me by mentioning without any basis." So most recently, he has said, "I want people to know that the company doesn't protect their artists and isn't acting like a proper company. If I lose this case over something I didn't do, the companies will likely abuse this kind of situation again." And there's a lot of people who agree, because it's happened quite a few times in K-pop where an idol gets kicked out of their group, but a lot of fans don't agree with it, and they feel like idols should have more protections in that regard. Because of course, at the end of the day, companies have all the power. They can kick you out, but if you want to leave, it's not so easy. Is Alexa going to Eurovision? So it does seem that solo artist Alexa is joining Melodiefestivalen, which is a competition that would determine the country's representative for the Eurovision Song Contest. For Sweden, by the way, since I forgot to say. Now, if you're wondering, is Alexa even Swedish? What is going on with that? She actually did a Get Ready With Me where she explains the whole thing. Let's watch a bit of it.
First and foremost, I know the #1 question is, how did you get into Mello if you're not even Swedish or even European?
So basically, it's the songwriters' nationality that matters the most. So if the songwriters are Swedish, then she can participate.
And that couldn't be more true, as this time for the song Tongue Tied, I worked with my beloved combination of moonshine and sun.
She also mentions that she joined American Song Contest and actually won with her song Wonderland, which is also written by Swedish people. And then she goes on to say,
But none of this is to say, I know so many Swedish songwriters, I deserve to be here. Nay, that is not the point. Because believe me, I was equally, if not more surprised than y'all to find out that I was participating.
I've personally never seen Eurovision, but let me know your thoughts about that. Let's move on to Kpop Shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently and or quick news. EJ, Audrey Nuna, and Ray Ami performed at Jingle Ball as Huntrix. Red Velvet's Joy uploaded this picture, and Wendy wrote, "Don't let even 1 gram disappear," and some people thought that was a little weird. People are discussing IVE Zonyoung because she didn't go to the center. As we can see in this video, instead of going into the center, she just goes off to the side, and a lot of people are saying it's probably because of the backlash she's received previously for being in the center. And aespa received backlash for not bowing to G-Dragon at the 2025 Mama Awards. I think that's about it. Now, let me share with you fun things I want to share with you. I think there's like one meme. So basically, Key and Cynthia Erivo together, and then someone wrote, "The inventors of memes reuniting." And I think a lot of people don't know that that's Key from SHINee. Oh, also, while I was scrolling through TikTok, I ended up seeing my own video. Who the heck is K-Pop News UK? So if you didn't see my community post, yes, my content's being stolen, which is so funny because I actually have a podcast channel, guys. K-Pop Cancelled is my podcast channel. Everyone accuses that channel of stealing my content, but it's me. It's literally me. It's my podcast channel. So it's funny that, people are accusing theft on my real channels. But then when it comes to channels like this, not a comment in sight. I literally commented, "You're stealing my videos." And it got put into, when you're scrolling through comments and like, "See probable spam," or whatever, like those types of comments. My comment was in there. How dare they? That is so freaking rude. I just wanted to let you guys know, if you see me not on my official channels, these are all my official channels. If you see something that is not posted on that, it is not me and I did not approve of it. I'm like thinking of every single scenario. Like, what if I did? Oh my gosh. New stress balls, by the way. The old ones as well. I don't know what fell. I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I'm like trying to think of every single scenario. Like, what if in the future, 5 years from now, I approve one singular video to go on a different channel? And no, but like it's probably not approved by me. This is content that is stolen and then re-uploaded. And the thing is, it's so funny because like I can't monetize my TikTok or my Instagram. So it's just so wild to think that this person potentially could monetize my content on TikTok. I think there's a follower limit and whatever the case may be, but some of these videos have 80,000 views. You know what I mean? Like that's so disappointing. So I've tried to add watermarks to my content. So we'll see. And the thing is, I did report it. I reported it to TikTok. They don't care. They literally don't care. They don't see an issue with my content being stolen. So that's weird. That's interesting. But just so you guys aren't confused, my official channels are listed here. Kpop News UK is not me. That is not me. But yeah, I reckon that is basically it for this video. Thank you guys so much for... Oh, and we got some new stress balls. I just wanted to share with you that. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel. Thank you so much for supporting me every single month. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!